Hello, or welcome to Katie's Art. I'm Katie. Thank you for coming today and watching my video. So, if you haven't already guessed or know, I'm doing a video on me speed drawing a dog. Now, I have drew two dogs before. I drew a Springer Spaniel, I think, and my dog actually, but it was only her face. And I basically asked my friend, I know from Snapchat he has a dog and he's shared many pictures of her, and I asked him if I could have a picture of her and draw her as, you know, practice. Obviously he doesn't get the art in return, or I don't get a payment, it's just kind of practice for me, but I got his permission and he said yes anyway, so that's what I'm doing today. As you can see, so I've already drew the outline. I don't know where me drawing the outline video went, but I can't seem to find it. This is the second day of me doing this drawing, and I did dye my hair if you're wondering, but anyway, so you know what, the drawing of the dog was pretty gosh darn simple. It wasn't too difficult for me. I found it quite easy actually. Well, I just got stuck on the fur because I've drew my dog who has black fur, and I've drew the Springer Spaniel which was in black and white actually, so it was still, you know, shades of grey, black, white, all of that. So I wanted a dog that was a bit lighter, and I decided to choose a white dog, and she has black detailing with the she's got a few black splodges here, there and everywhere, and obviously they have black eyes or brown eyes, so it was pretty easy to do those as well. But I'm not gonna lie, find it very difficult to do the fur. Oh my god, you don't understand, because I was trying to make it look realistic but also look like fur and not like she's the paper. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but I just found it quite difficult to do the little strands, because also she's got quite short hair. My dog has short hair, but it's not this short. You could actually see her right now, but she's got, you know, a good few centimeters of hair, but this dog has like a few millimeters of hair on her, that's it. So she's a very, very short hair dog, and I was finding it quite difficult to make the strands look short enough and look like fur and everything. Oh god, it was just a flower. Anyway, so I've done the eyes. Eyes were the easiest and probably the best part of the drawing, I'm not gonna lie. Eyes, I love drawing eyes because it can really add depth to your drawing. It can really add a personality to it as well, and I feel like you all have heard the saying, the eyes are the windows to the soul, or something like that. Don't phrase me on that. And I definitely believe it for drawings. I think it can really add something to your drawing, even if you're, you know, doing whatever. If you add a pair of great eyes, it can really just bring anything together, and I really liked it, and it's one of my favourite, you know, parts of the drawing. Also, actually, while we're on it, I quite liked drawing the nose, the little snout, and both the actual nose itself and around the mouth. I'm doing that right now. It's pretty dark around there and pink areas, because if you don't really like dogs, or you're scared of dogs, or you don't have any dogs, a few breeds, especially these kinds of breeds, you know, breeds like bulldogs, staffies, pit bulls, them kind of breeds can get pink patches of colourings, and this is quite common, and she had some on her jaw, just under her mouth, and around her eyes. My dog doesn't have these because her fur is so long that her fur is obviously all black with grey, and I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct, it's pink because it's more of the skin pigment coming through. Oh my god, that could be completely wrong. I've just literally took a stab in the dark, but it could be right. I think it's just like the skin pigments. I'm not really sure on that, but anyway. So I did that around her mouth. It was difficult getting the right colour pink, but I got there in the end. And around the eyes as well. But they were the only really spots that had the pink there. But anyway, so I really liked drawing and shading the snout and the nose. The nose probably was my favourite part after the eyes because it's pretty much just shading. And if you don't know me, I really like shading. It's probably one of my favourite mediums, I'm not gonna lie. And I feel like you can get so much depth as well with shading, and you know, getting that light and dark areas and the light sources and everything like that. I just really enjoy it basically. So that's probably why I enjoyed doing the nose so much. But I did try and add some different textures to the nose as well, so it wasn't just a shaded nose with a shine on it. I did try and add some texture. Now I'm actually just doing the ear now, and I found that a little bit difficult as well because I wanted to get it the right colour of black, but then I also wanted to get the fur in there and make it look a bit furry. But I was really struggling with this, really struggling to try and get that fur kind of texture. So we're just doing the nose now, and as you can see, I'm loving it. No, it's really interesting to me, and I like doing the nostrils as well because it might just be plain black, but it just adds that little bit of depth that I think is really awesome in the nose. And actually once I did the nose, it just looked so much more realistic and so much more like the dog I was drawing. And yeah, I thought it just like brought the piece together after doing her nose. I thought it just looked so much better with it, and really brought the drawing together. So I'm happy about that, and that just shows you, if you're an artist or you're practicing or wanting to be better at art, just one little change or one little thing can just make your art look so much better, no matter what it is. If you want to explore, do it, go for it. You can always try. It's just trying something new. That's all you're doing. You just have to go for it. So we're now on the body, and I really didn't do the body very well. I hate it. I don't like looking at the body now. I think the head alone is really good, but with the body I think it's a bit rubbish. So I just kind of gave up with the body, and I didn't really know what to do. And that's another thing as well. You might, want to add something to bring your drawing together or make your drawing just that little bit better, but you also have to notice that you need to stop sometimes. And I noticed at the end I needed to stop. I needed to stop adding to the body or whatever, because I'm just gonna make it more worse than anything else. So you have to find the balance between adding something to make your drawing better, but also not adding too much, because you can just make it worse. And yeah, so it turned out really bad. I tried everything. I tried doing little strokes, and I tried shading. That's why I've got a paintbrush in my hand, because I read that actually a paintbrush is pretty good to get some light shading, because I didn't want to use my fingers, because the oils from, I'm pretty sure the oils from your fingers can actually go on the page and kind of not be very good for the paper or anything like that. And so I started using a paintbrush, and it did shade, but it was pretty light, and it didn't do anything for my drawing, unfortunately, and that's more me than the paintbrush shading method. In the end, I did decide to just mainly go for the shading effect rather than actual fur, because I realised I just wasn't getting the fur down. I wasn't going to be there, you know. It wasn't going to happen for me. So in the end, I went for just the shading, because it's my favourite part anyway, and I really love doing that, and it could just add some more depth to the drawing rather than anything else. And obviously the main colour of her body was white, and so I didn't want her to just look dull and kind of blend into the page apart from my outline. So I did add actually some shading to most of her body to make sure that it was still white, but it had shading there. I did try and make the smudges darker, then I lightened them a bit, then I tried added little strokes with my rubber at one point. I think it's just, I tried everything, but it wasn't working for me. So yeah, if you have any tips or anything, please write them in the comments down below, please. I just had a little mini breakdown if you saw them, but anyway. So I think this is the point where I realised I'm not going to help this, and I just started shading instead. And in actual fact, I don't know what happened, but I forgot to record the end. So here is the drawing finished. This is what I did in the end. As you can see, the body is horrible. Now, it's practice makes perfect, you know. You have to keep practicing these things for them to be better. So I really like how it turned out, to be fair. It's better than I ever thought I could do, and I love it. So just keep practicing, guys. Even if something goes not to your liking, you'll get there one day, you know. So goodbye.